This message is for the ones who weren't sent here to heal the world with crystals and calm. You were sent here to face what everyone else flinches away from, to pull spirits from throats, to banish parasitic forces hiding in plain sight. You are not a healer. Whoever I'm talking to, you are an exorcist. And your training begins now. Whoever I'm talking to, you were hunted before you ever held a weapon. You were trained in shadows that your conscious mind forgot. But the spirits never forgot who you were. You were that child with wise eyes, too big, too knowing. The one who couldn't sleep through the night, not because of nightmares, but because something was watching. Always. You try to talk to adults about it and they just told you it's just a bad dream. But it wasn't. It was a summoning. Let me speak plainly now. If you've ever woke up gasping after dreaming about a drowned man that had his mouth sewn shut, you've encountered the spirit of Abaddon, gatekeeper of spiritual ruin. If you've ever heard whispers through your phone, through the walls, or even through your own mind, repeating the same 3 words before sleep, that was Oribus, the false prophet, trying to feed you scripted thoughts to block divine downloads. And if you've ever felt a wave of heat between your legs, fear in your chest after a dream of an unseen lover, Asmodeus tried to lay a claim on your body. You were never crazy. You were being watched by those who knew that one day you would have the power to expel them. I remember being 10 years old, alone in the hallway of my grandma's house. Something came down those stairs, something inhuman, something not visible, but made the air fold on itself. I couldn't move, but I knew its name without ever hearing it. And I whispered, "You are not welcome." And it left. That was the first exorcism I ever performed. No oil, no ritual, just a command that came before I was even born. I'll never forget, I was 17. A friend had begged me to come over her house because her brother had gone completely nonverbal. Sitting in the corner of the basement, rocking back and forth, snarling at anybody that tried to come near him. She thought it was a mental breakdown. But when I stepped in, something moved through me. I had asked everyone to leave us alone. I sat across from him in silence for 7 minutes. Then I said, "You're not strong enough to hold him." And he passed out cold. He came to me a few minutes later crying, saying, "Thank you." He was in my spine. Whoever I'm talking to, you've done this too. Maybe not as dramatic, but maybe you've laid hands on someone who was shaking and suddenly they felt peace, still. Maybe someone touched your hand or touched your palm and then confessed something that they swore they would never speak out loud. Chosen one, you didn't extract it. Your presence alone made the demon reveal itself. You may not have had a mentor. The signs have been there for you since the beginning, coded into your life like riddles from the spirit world. Have animals ever responded strangely to you? Cats staring at you intently? Dogs growling? Birds following you? Baby, that's not coincidence. Your aura pulses with a frequency that most beings can feel before they can see. Have you dreamt of ancient languages? Have you spoken to shadows that you couldn't name, but you knew that they feared you? Those weren't dreams, chosen one. Those were flashbacks. Soul remembers these rituals even if your mind doesn't. Have you been targeted psychically while you were asleep? For no reason. Spirit says you were marked early, not because you were weak, but because hell knew that one day you would speak the words that would send spirits scattering. Whoever I'm talking to, you've absolutely blacked out during moments of chaos. 444 on my timer, only to find out later that you've said things that you don't even remember. That wasn't fear, chosen one. That was your higher self taking command. And if your body gets sick, in haunted places, okay, like hospitals, old churches, or even in people's homes, you're not a sensitive. You are an extractor. Your very presence draws what's hidden to the surface. One woman messaged me, she fainted at her cousin's wedding. The reason? The groom was spiritually possessed by a demon of addiction, Mammon. That wedding ritual was going to bind her bloodline into this contract with Mammon, and her soul just could not allow it. They will try to convince you that you're mentally unwell. They will try to convince you that your gift is trauma, that your power is paranoia. Whoever I'm talking to, you've likely been misdiagnosed. You've been told you're too intense, too emotional, too dark. The Spirit says that intensity, that's divine fire. Chosen one, the reality is most exorcists are drawn down pathways of self-destruction, not because they're broken, but because the system fears what they'll remember if they were to survive. Spirit says this is not a healing crisis. This is a remembering crisis. Whoever I'm talking to, you are not just a chosen one. You are a defector from darkness. Spirit says you switch sides during the astral wars. That's why these entities come so hard for you. And that's why your authority cuts deeper than holy water, okay? Stop playing with my chosen ones. Welcome to your real path. You will now begin to read energy like scripture. Burn evil spirits with your voice. Command shadows instead of running from them. You don't need a church to do this. You don't need a title and a robe. You just need to say yes to the remembering. Yes to the fire in your blood. Yes to being the one they call on when nothing else works. Welcome to my life. They won't understand your boundaries. They won't understand your rituals. But the darkness understands you. That's enough for the job. I cast this message into the algorithm like a spiritual flare. For every exorcist who is sleeping in flesh, wake up. Your time in hiding is over. We need your fire. We need your command. You are not cursed. You are not broken. You are the breaker of bonds, the undoer of knots, the voice that makes the darkness retreat, the weapon that hell regrets. Walk now, not as a healer, but as the one who dares to speak where angels fear to tread.